Hi everyone, welcome to the classes on engineering mechanics. Today we'll be starting a new topic called combined motion of rotation and translation. So here in figure you can see a wheel of a car. So normally we'll be traveling in a car and we'll be experiencing a linear motion. So as the wheel is attached to a car, the wheel is also experiencing a linear motion. But for providing us a linear motion, the wheel will be rotating in a circular mode, or the wheel will experiencing a rotary motion. Due to the rotary motion of the wheel, we are experiencing a linear motion. But as the wheel is concerned, the wheel will be experiencing both rotary and linear motion. So in this video, we will be discussing some elements which will experiencing both linear and translational motion, and how we will be analyzing problem or force or velocity of each and every component of that element. Here you can see a figure AB, a link AB, which is initial position is marked as A and B, its final position is marked as A1, B1. So it experienced both rotation and translation. So initial position is AB, first initially translated, then it is experiencing a rotation. In second figure, first is given a rotation, second thing it will be experiencing a translation. Okay. The next thing we have to discuss the instantaneous center. Instantaneous center means, so if we are analyzing a body of combined motion and rotation, each and every point of the body will be rotating about some imaginary point. So both A and B, or any point between A and B, will be rotating about an imaginary point that is called instantaneous center. Okay. So in this combined motion of rotation and translation may be assumed to be a motion of pure rotation about the same center. So we are assuming it's a motion of pure rotation about the same center. As the position of link A and B goes on changing, therefore the center about the motion of rotation is assumed to be takes place and also goes on changing. Such center which goes on changing from one instant to another is called instantaneous center. So we can draw or locate an instantaneous center of an object about some instant. After some instant, the instantaneous center will change. Here is the method how to locate the instantaneous center of a body which is experiencing both rotation and translation. Here in this figure you can see a point A1 and point B1, which is 2 points of a body. It's a blue color body. After some time it reached this position. We are marking the same point A1 as A2 and same point B1 as B2. To locate the instantaneous center, draw the straight line joining B1 and B2. And then draw the straight line joining A1 and A2. The straight line means it's the velocity of B at the point 1. The B will be moving from B1 to B2 through this line. So at any instant the velocity of B will be along this line. Similarly, from point A1 will be moving from point this to point A2 along this line. So we will be drawing the velocity lines of the point A and point B. Then we will draw the perpendiculars to this line, and these two perpendiculars will meet at point is called the instantaneous center of these two instants. Okay. So initially we will be joining initial position and final position of point A and the initial position of final position of point B, and we will be bisecting that line, perpendicular bisecting that line, and these bisectors will meet on some point that is called the instantaneous center of this body at this two instants. Okay. So here is the step. First of all, draw the initial and final position of the rigid link A1 B1 and join A line AB, and you will get the instantaneous center. And we can calculate the velocity of each and every point using this instantaneous center. Suppose we saw a tire, and we have to calculate the velocity of some point of the tire. We know the angular velocity of the wheel only. So we can calculate the velocity of tire by multiplying the angular velocity with the distance from the center. We know that the tire will be rotating about its own center. So we can directly multiply the velocity with the radius. We will get the velocity of the tire at any point. Similarly, we got a link AB, and its initial position is A and B, and its final position is marked A1 B1. So we'll be marking the instantaneous center O. So we want to know the velocity of point A. point A velocity can be calculated with omega into OA. So we will be writing the velocity of the point A is omega into A, where omega is the angular velocity of the body which is rotating about the center O. So we already calculated the instantaneous center O. The body will be rotating about the instantaneous center O with an angular velocity omega. So we want to calculate the velocity of A. It will be obtained by omega into OA. Similarly, the velocity of B can be obtained by omega into OB. So by comparing this, we can write any velocity will be proportional to the distance. So VB by VA will be proportional to its distance from the instantaneous center. So if we know the distance and any of the velocity, we can calculate the another velocity using this equation. So first of all, we will locate the instantaneous center. So here, for locating the instantaneous center, if we know the velocity of A and its direction, we will first of all mark the velocity of A. Here is marked as VA, and velocity of B marked as VB. And we will be drawing perpendiculars to this velocity, and these two perpendicular will meet at this point O. This is the instantaneous center of the link AB, and we want to calculate the velocity of point A. So omega into OA will give the velocity of point A, and omega into OB will give the velocity of point B. Okay, so we'll do one problem. We'll get a clear idea how it will experience. A link AB moving in a vertical plane at a certain instant. The link is inclined to the 60 degree to the horizontal. The link is inclined 60 degree to the horizontal. Point A is moving horizontally 2 meters per second. Point B is moving in a vertical direction. Find the velocity of B. So figure is not given, so we have to draw the figure. Link AB inclined 60 degree to the horizontal. So we will be drawing a line inclined 60 degree to the horizontal. We will mark 2 points, point A and point B, and one point A is moving horizontal. So we will be mark the velocity of point A in a horizontal direction, towards left or towards right, and we will be marking the velocity of point B in a vertical direction. So we can draw vertically upward or vertically downwards, not specified. So here I am drawing the velocity as of point A in towards right, and the velocity of point B in a vertically upward direction. So I have drawn the velocity. To locate the instantaneous center, I will draw the perpendicular to these velocities. So from point A, I have marked the velocity as VA, and from point A to the perpendicular to the velocity, I have drawn the perpendicular. And point B is moving upward, so I have marked the velocity direction and I have drawn the perpendicular. So these two perpendicular will meet the point O, and this is the instantaneous center of the given link AB. So the velocity VA and VB will proportional to the distance from the instantaneous center. So omega is equal to omega into OA will give the VA, omega into OB will give the VB, or VB by OB is equal to VA by OA, or by using equation OB by OA is equal to cot 60. The angle is given, so we can calculate the value of cot 60, which is equal to VB by VA. From that we can calculate the velocity of the given link AB. So simple. So how to locate the instantaneous center? If you know the direction of the velocity, the perpendicular from that point will give the instantaneous line to the instantaneous center, and these two lines, from point A we will be drawing a line, and from point B again we will be drawing a line, and these two lines will meet to form the instantaneous center of the given body. Okay. We will draw one more problem that will give us a clear idea about that. Here is a 3 link of a hinge together to form a triangle ABC as shown in figure. At a certain instant, the point A is moving towards the midpoint of BC. So A is moving towards the midpoint of BC in this direction, and with a velocity 5 meters per second. Its velocity is given. Okay, and point B is moving at a perpendicular direction to AC. So direction B is given in downward direction, perpendicular to the AC. Find the velocity of C. Okay, so will be, first of all we'll So there is some problem to calculate this. For they haven't given the values of site A, B, A, B, B, C. So there is some difficulty. Okay, we can assume missing data if necessary as the question. So we'll be drawing the triangles at some values, and we will be marking the velocity VA. First of all, we will mark the velocity VA, which will be the midpoint of the line BC. So we will be writing VA. So velocity of VA, and we will be drawing a perpendicular from this, and we don't know whether it will end. And the next thing we will be marking the velocity of VB. It's mentioned that B is moving at a perpendicular direction to AC. Perpendicular is, so we will be marking VB either upward or downward in a direction perpendicular to AC. So here I have drawn in upward direction, and from that point also I have drawn a perpendicular. So I already got a perpendicular from point A. Here one more perpendicular is here. These two will meet at point O. This is the instantaneous center. Okay. From this point we will be making a line to C to get the direction of VC, because ABC are the common points of a triangle. So A and B will be moving, C will be moving along with that. So C alone cannot have another instantaneous center. The instantaneous center formed by A and B will be the instantaneous center of C. So we can locate the velocity VC by drawing a straight line from point O to point C, and drawing a perpendicular to this line will give us the direction of VC. And next thing is to find the velocity of VC. So for finding the velocity of VC, we will be using the equation VC by VA is equal to OC by OA, and we got the values of OC and OA. From graphical method we can draw and measure the values, and from that we can calculate the value of VC. Okay. So this is how we will be calculating the velocity of a member of a given system if 2 or 3 velocities are given and the angles are given. So this is the application of instantaneous center. These types of questions are usually asked in the university exam. Here is 2 questions for your homework. You have to try this and try to find out the answer. So we'll be discussing more problems related to the reciprocating mechanism or reciprocating engine, reciprocating pump, like that will be in the coming classes. Okay, thank you.